What a day outside. In fact, what about the rest of the week? Low 80s, high 70s. I mean, summer's coming. It's going to be 90 degrees on Friday. I was about to say Friday. Regardless, y'all, I find it pretty interesting that over the course of time, the more I make myself the priority and I decide to continue to build upon what my life and what my legacy will look like, even if my legacy is not as prominent. And even in certain cases, if I'm straight up honest, in some cases, with my own family. Because there's a territory. But again, I feel like it's getting a lot harder to not even just be open, but it's a lot harder to persuade your perspectives onto some of these people that's within your circle. And especially in that case, every single time that's the conjuncture, bruh, I become so dumbfounded. It's like I lose all my sense of awareness that I had been telling you guys. I've been expressing to you some of the reasons why. It's like I lose all that sense and I have to ultimately just break it down bit by bit by bit and have to just dumb myself down. It's crazy. This is how you know, in some cases, some of these people really aren't for you. They really aren't there for you long term, and that's okay. I have to admit it, you have to admit it, he, she, they, it. They all have to admit it. They just don't want to understand you, and I get it. They want to make it seem like they understand you, but in certain cases, like whether it's last week, whether it's this past Monday that I had the little conversation and that really, really frustrated me, even still, it's not because of what they were talking about and how they were approaching it, because I expect them to approach it the way they did. It's just they still continue to act as if I don't want to go through challenges. I want to avoid all impossibilities or possibilities. They still want to act as if I just want to do whatever I want. In fact, it's actually the complete opposite. I can't really do what I want, really. Look, I could stay in my room for the most part and just be a hermit, just cave myself in. I've been doing that for quite some time. But again, of course I don't want to be a hermit all of my life. The problem is though, y'all have limited me. Let's be serious for a second. You guys put some accountability, but it's not enough for me to justify or to suffice any type of conjuncture to what you guys are talking about, because you guys have baked it. You guys talked about, oh, we let you in the room and stay. No. Revolt back to some of the times. Revolt back to some of even what you tell other people within my own family, within my older brothers. You don't allow each and every one of us. This is a general awareness factor. This is an observation that even most of us in the universal experience have experienced. It's like the moment that you have fun one day, you're not allowed to have fun the next day. Or if you hang out with your friends one day, you can't hang out with them next day. Or you could go to the park with these people, with these friends, but the next day it might be up in the air. And in the case of my little brother, he's pretty much allowed to go to the park. Has a curfew though, and that's the issue. It's not because of the curfew thing. Of course, you need some time to be able to get home and to shower, do homework. That's not the issue. The issue is most of these people within this circle, within this space, whether they're parents, whether they're a part of the structure, A lot of us are told certain things about don't talk to strangers. You have to stay safe out here, which of course is great advice. And don't just talk to anybody. You still gotta be careful with that. It's just a general advice, or the general cliche advice of don't talk to strangers, really hindered us. Each and every one of us, that includes myself, because we make it seem like each and every person that crosses into our life is a bunch of terrorists, a bunch of war criminals, a bunch of weirdos. And we have this handicapped mindset to where now we can't really just fulfilly be social. That's not just within our comfortable friend group. We have to constantly rehearse within our minds. We have to constantly rehearse certain talking points and conversations just for us to be able to talk to a cashier. Some people are really, really that nervous. They're that anxious now. They're anxious to the point where they can't even talk to the cashier and order their food or order their groceries. That's the indoctrination that we're having a problem with. It's not just the fact that you allow these people to have personality, this, that, and the third. But I know in certain cases you need to know what is happening in some cases, but you gotta allow certain people to experience life for what it is. You can't just keep tasking, keep off hold on who am I following, who am I hanging out with, this, that, and the third. Look, some people are mad weird. Some people cannot be good influences to your life, and you can tell in certain cases, depending on what you do. However, and then that's when you jump in. But you can't just jump in every single instance when I made a new friend or when I made like a few good friends. You can't just jump the gun. Okay? We gotta, each and every one of us have to live our own lives. We gotta, each and every one of us get a life experience for what it is. You can't just jump the gun and just hoard the space. You gotta mind your business. You gotta allow us to have the connections. You gotta allow us to build upon what we like to do, how we express our interests and stuff. And then there's other cases within the household is where when you tell people to do something, you do it in a manner to where you act as if we're so odd about it. Does that make sense how I'm expressing it? It's like whenever you tell us to go clean the room, or you make it seem as if the world is ending. And the more panic and the more fearful and very angst energy that you constantly give, there are certain instances where, oh, the kids don't pay attention, or I don't pay attention, and you have to raise your voice or tell us, oh, clean your room. There's certain times to do that. But every single day constantly telling us to do that, in terms of just the general energy, if you constantly have this energy to where you're constantly fear-mongering, you're constantly projecting, you're constantly hating, you're constantly doing this, that, and the third within the let me hoard your space, let me hoard your vibe, it gets annoying. And then you wonder why most of the kids do not speak up about themselves to you. You wonder why. It's a lot harder to trust you when you're constantly being somebody that most people do not want to hang around. Most people do not want to hang around pretentious people. And I feel like in this conversation that I had Monday, and even last week, I'm lying. This past Sunday, it's mad pretentious. It's mad pretentious to think that just because I am now going along with my own vibe, it doesn't mean that, oh, I want to avoid you telling me to go sleep whatever a certain time. Oh, I'm trying to avoid being with God, this, that, and the third, building a relationship with Him, being challenged. Stop being stupid. Stop being obtuse, okay? Nobody, especially in my case, is trying to avoid challenges. This Christianity shit does not challenge me. You want me to repeat that? This Christianity space does not challenge me. It doesn't challenge anybody. It only challenges the people on the surface level. You know why, right? Because it doesn't allow you to actually have questions about things within the contradictions and the confusion. So much confusion. But you're not even allowed to ask those type of questions though. Oh, but people do have these type of questions. But how come they never talk about it? How come they're always holding themselves back? I can tell that a lot of the energy is bad and awkward because most people within this circle and within this space is holding back so much questions and concerns, but because they're slaves to this indoctrination, they have to just shut up and just dribble. It's wild to me. And this just goes to show that these people are brainwashed. These people are indoctrinated to the max. Because what do you mean, I just want to do whatever I want? I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't sleep around with women. Hello? I don't do that. I don't ever think about doing that. Oh, because I left the church, now you think I'm gonna do that now? Are you freaking stupid? I don't just wake up one day and just be like, okay, I'm gonna wake up and just sleep around. You think I'm that dumb? Oh, well, of course we don't think you're that dumb. You're very smart. Okay, if you think I'm very smart, then why do you think that I'm leaving this space, that I'm moving out of this house because I just want to do whatever I want? I just want to sleep wherever I want. Don't be dense. Don't be fucking stupid. How hard is it for you to just listen? How hard is it for you to just understand where I'm coming from? You want to bring your own intuition, you want to bring your own twist to it because you want to seem smart. You want to have this superior complex to where you don't want to actually listen to me. You want to make it seem like you're actually listening to me, you care for me. You want to put yourself in a facade, this upper echelon facade to where, oh, guys, I actually listen, I'm actually considered a caring person because, I'm the dad in the household. No, you actually don't care about me. Oh, another thing too that actually pissed me off when in the inside, he said that I was going through a facade when I was talking about agnostic and Gnosticism and it was just weighing on it. Buddy, there's a reason why I said I'm weighing between either one of those options. I know what both of them mean, you freaking idiots. I know what they mean. Oh, you don't really know what you're talking about. Yes, I do! Why would I bring them up then? Why would I bring up these definitions then? Why would I bring up these two terminologies if I didn't know what I was talking about? Idiots! I know what both of them means. That's why I'm talking about to you that I don't really know if I'm actually aligned fully with this or with that because I still need to do more research. Duh! I'm admitting to me not knowing everything right there. But you, Mr. Smarty Pants, that wants to make it seem like you know everything, okay, read my mind then. Read what I'm actually thinking. Read what I'm actually going through. Oh, that's right. You can't. You know why? In some cases, you're only reading it from the mind of your own limitations. And you want to project it to me because you think that you're smarter than me in this particular case. Thinking that, oh, you know exactly where I'm coming from, what I'm going through. You don't know exactly what I'm going through when it comes to this space and why I left in the first place. I didn't just leave because, oh, I just wanted to do whatever I want, bro. Don't be dense. Again, do not be dense. Because the more dense you are, I can feel the energy. I can feel that you're scared of me. You're intimidated by me. It's so freaking hilarious. Stop being scared of me. I'm not going to bite you. Do you want me to?
Oh, what do you mean?
Man, it's so impressive. Well, for one, I don't know where my other headphone is. Apparently I dropped it somewhere and I have no idea where it is. And I didn't even take much of anything out the entire time I was outside. But the moment I was looking for another pair of headphones, now they just completely disappeared. I left it at home in actuality, or I just completely dropped it somewhere and I have no idea where it is anymore. So it is what it is. I've been looking around a little bit. It's not what from my vision, but that's one. Two, let's jump back to cut. So you don't think it's pure ignorance of you to think that I just want to do whatever I want because that's exactly why I'm leaving the church? No, there's multitude of reasons why I left the church. It's too intense for me. It's exhausting to consistently go every single Sunday to a Sunday service and a midweek. That's not really teaching me much. That's not really helping me grow. That's not helping me be curious. That's not actually helping me transform myself. You're just making each and every one of us treat this like school. You know what the ironic part is that we talked about the comparisons between school and the church, but we only talked about it from a social standpoint. Well, you need to go up to somebody and actually have a talk with them. Like, bro, I know how to talk to people. I just don't like these people that is in this space. Do you think that I'm that dumb? Yo, stop. It's so funny that these people just don't want to directly call me stupid, but they want to point out subliminals to each and anything that doesn't cater to them. Dude, just call me stupid. It's okay. I've been called stupid in a multitude of different ways my entire life. Please, it's not gonna faze me one bit that you call me stupid. Just say it. Alright? I'd rather you just say that. But these people are so freaking soft. It's crazy. They don't want to admit to me straight up certain things that they're thinking through their minds, but they want to think that they know who I am and I made a certain decision because I just want to escape from the reality of you trying to hold me accountable. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Oh, I'm just trying to not get you to tell me to go to bed when I'm not sleeping. Oh, I'm just trying to not have a relationship with God when I don't even know if he exists or not. Oh, but Mr. Shane, how all of a sudden you go from, oh, you know God exists to, no, he doesn't. All right, stupid. Let's play that game. Let's play that game. So, we as children believe in Santa Claus. Even if Santa Claus isn't completely real. You can dress up as Santa Claus and you can have the reins to it, but you're not actually Santa Claus. You're just playing the character. And then over time, the older we get and we ultimately recognize that our parents are the ones that buy us the gifts, not Santa. And they're the ones that eat the cookies and milk, not Santa. Same with the Tooth Fairy. We think the Tooth Fairy is genuinely real, but it's actually the parents that give us the money, the $20 bill, the $5 bill, the $10 bill, under the pillow. Oh, you want to play that game, huh? Oh, but it's not comparable because, look at this leaf. Why can you see this leaf? Wow, there's actual hardcore evidence that there's an actual leaf within this particular touch right now. You want to play that game? Dude, just call me stupid again. Yo, it's okay. You wanna hover yourself and avoid any type of accountability or any type of like conflict by just I'm smart. You're actually really smart. Yeah. Again, you're calling me stupid in a multitude of different ways without actually directing it to me though. Like, I can tell I'm not that dumb. Like, I could be dumb, but I'm not that dumb to the point where I don't see the subliminal shade that you're throwing at me. You're so freaking lucky that I have a good relationship with my mom, with these little kids that I have in the household, 2 little brothers. Yo, you're so freaking lucky because I would swing at you. I would swing at you right now. I don't care if you're family at this point. Because you're showing me that you don't actually want the smoke. Okay? You're a lot older. You're so much older than me. But you keep throwing these subliminals at me, acting like I'm not gonna really think about it through. You're calling me stupid in a multitude of different ways. You don't think that I'm gonna catch on eventually? Bro, I process things like, it takes me a fat minute and it takes me a long time sometimes, but when I catch on, it's over for you. You're so freaking lucky I can't just process this thing out for it. Because the moment that I actually feel or sense that, the moment that it actually happens, everybody is done. Everybody's getting smoked. Whoever's in this household is cooked. It's done. Like, son, you don't think that I can actually see through you? Bro, you are soft. I'm not just calling you soft because I'm a tougher guy than you. Bro, I'm so far from being a tough guy. But you want to play that game? Okay. Just tell me straight up. Why do you have to play this? Oh, let me just be nice and kind to you. Let me play you this Christian love thing. No, you don't even actually replicate any Christian love to. These people in this church space do not replicate Christian love. These are the same people that hate gays, man. Do you think the same people that are homophobic and have trans car wrecks, you think those people are actually lovable people? Think about that for a second and actually come to a particular conclusion. It's not just the fact that these people, oh, you just have to accept them. We're not talking just about that. We're talking about the fact that these people actually exist. People that have questions about their identity. The people that are bisexual. The people that are gay. Oh, but if you continue to be gay, you're gonna go throw in the pits of fire. You don't love people. Just straight up, just tell us that you don't like us. Just tell us like, I'm a straight guy. Listen, I'm a straight guy. I like making LGBTQ jokes sometimes. Again, that's not the point. The point is that I'm comfortable in my sexuality because I can go as far as making jokes about homosexuality. I can go as far as to be completely unserious and not put myself in a macho man type of front, unlike you guys. You guys seriously think I'm that dumb, bro? It's crazy. And it's not even just because, oh, people could think that you're dumb, or they don't think that you're capable of being capable. Incapable of being capable. You can say that. We're capable of being inept. I need some water real quick. Both those conversations, back-to-back days, they actually was some of the funniest conversations looking back at it. And it's not even just because of the fact that I was just sitting there looking completely dumbfounded and just making it seem like everything was just okay. But these people think that they could get away with some of the most subliminal, shady stuff that they're throwing at me. Verbally, I'm talking about. Oh, none of us are perfect. 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 Yeah, you can keep telling me that again and again and again and again. But you guys continue to put on a facade in the front. And you guys still go to church acting like everything's okay. You guys are coping. You guys think that you guys can get away with certain things because you guys go to church. Get out of my face. I don't care if you go to church. I don't care if you're faithful to the Christian space. I don't care if you're faithful to the Islamic space. You can be religious. You can be faithful. I'm talking in terms of if you're being fully indoctrinated to the point where you can't actually have a honest conversation. You can't be straight up with me. It's so impressive that these people that are decades older than me can't even straight up be transparent. That they want to maneuver around certain words or certain phrases. They want to maneuver and throw shade or throw subliminals. You guys are too old for this, bro. Too old for this. This is one of the times where I'm like, bro, grow up. You're too old for this. Or if you don't want to grow up, then this is why most people do not want to hang out with you, bro. Stop with the, oh, nobody's perfect gimmick. Because it'll become a gimmick at that point. It'll become a gimmick. And it's quite wild within this generation. The same generation that has come up with gimmicks and gimmicks as everything's constantly a performance. These guys are doing the exact epitome replication of that. But they want to tell me it's not scam. Oh, we're actually a church that actually wants to be challenged. Stop lying. You're not wanting to be challenged, because if that was the case, you guys still wouldn't be here. In fact, most of you guys would not be here. Most of you guys would be in other spaces. Most of you guys would be in other religions. You don't want to view other religions as actual religions. You want to disrespect culture, actually. You hate other cultures. You hate indigenous people. You hate black people. Just say that. Straight up. Always with subliminal racism. Always with the subliminal transphobia. Always with the subliminal homophobia. Always with the subliminal hatred. Always with the subliminal criticism. Always with subliminal judgment. In hindrance, in hiding of, oh, I'm just encouraging you, bro. You're not encouraging anybody or anything right now. You are judging. You are hating another person because they're different from you. You are not slick anymore. Nothing gets past me at this point. I am way more capable of actually reflecting, unlike you. And it's not just because I actually take the time to actually reflect on some of my actions. I actually take the time to actually break down what you're talking about. Like, how does that make sense in logical essence? And for the most part, both those conversations make no logical sense to me. It doesn't even actually help. This is why I'm still here stagnating in this New York space. I love New York too. I want to live here for the rest of my life even. But there's certain cases where I need to experience other lives. I need to experience other forms of reality. It's not up to me, it's up to the universe. Well, God created the universe, actually. Don't do your smart ass gimmick. No, well, actually, God created the universe, this, that, and the third. Do you even know that God actually exists? Oh, but within the science, bro, show me the last voice note of God actually talking to you. Right? Show me a voice note. Show me a phone call with God. Show me actual concrete evidence instead of this jibber jabber. Oh, just go to the Bible, bro. Just have a relationship, bro. Go after it, bro. I'm tired of it. Let's be honest. I didn't just suddenly, oh, I don't believe in God. I have to say, oh, it's not that I don't believe in God or I don't believe in Jesus. I have to do that first so that people don't really get up in their feelings about it, because I know they'll cry about it. And not just crying within physical form, but crying within the responses and reactions, because they don't actually think before reacting or responding. They think with their incapable, incaptivated, slaved minds. Yes, you guys are being slaved. Bro, why are some of these black people in these spaces still a Christian? You know the people within the Bible that wrote it don't like you guys. They don't like you guys. Oh, but Mr. Shane, this is what I tell other people. How does man who is fully flawed and is egotistical, why would they write the book? Yo, hey, man, hey, listen, are you okay? Are you okay? Do you actually need to read a book again? Hey, man, there's actual human beings that actually wrote the Bible. Human beings with multiple interpretations of the Bible. multiple interpretations in Hebrew, multiple interpretations in Spanish, in English, and other languages, Arabic. But you want to talk about, oh, but why would men write the book? I am going to cry in tears right now. No way you actually genuinely said that. I don't know how I didn't laugh at that particular moment. Oh wait, maybe because we were in a barbecue and we don't want to make things awkward. We were at a barbecue and we don't want to make a scene. We don't want to cause a scene. Oh yeah, by that point when I talk about I don't want to cause a scene, he really thought that I wanted to throw a fit, and he really thought that. He automatically jumped to that conclusion without me explaining. This is how I know these people don't listen to me for real. Because I was talking about within the Monday's conversation about how I didn't want to make a scene about it, but I really haven't wanted to go to church for a long time. When I was talking about that, he automatically was reacting and trying to respond to that. This is how I know you guys don't listen. You guys only listen to respond. You guys don't actually want to sit there and actually listen to me and take in everything that I'm talking about, everything that I'm expressing. This is why most of these kids in some of these spaces within their own parents, they don't talk to them for nothing, because these parents do not listen. These parents do not care. They make it very apparent that they don't care. But they continue to question why their kids don't really talk to them like that in some cases. Well, yeah, because you don't actually like them actually expressing their true selves. You don't actually want them to have an identity. You only want them to have an identity that you can control. You see how in small cases like this is a small thing that I'm noticing. But this is a big impact. Big impact. But you want to make it seem like everything is about you. You automatically wanted to respond to something that I didn't even finish expressing and explaining myself. But you automatically have a response already ready within your limited, captivated mind. You already have a response. You already have something to say about what I'm talking about because it's not fully aligned with you. You know how impressive you have to be able to do this at your grown of an age? You're too grown for this, man. You don't know how to sit down and actually listen and comprehend other people. Why are you the same person talking about Jesus' love, God's love, that we need to love thy neighbor, that we have to be loving to our brothers, we have to be there for our brother, but you don't want to actually love your brother, you don't want to actually love me, you don't want to love other people, you don't want to love other people that are different from you, from different backgrounds, from different cultures, from different religions. You want to seem like, oh, my religion is right and right only. My way of thinking is right and right only. My way of living is right and right only. You want to talk about, oh, we have our own personal relationship with God. But the moment I talk about my personal relationship with God, oh, now you want to talk about, oh, that's not the way to go. Oh, but that's not how to do it. This is not how to navigate. Do you know how hard it is for me to go through this process of wanting to leave and wanting to leave this behind? Where you think that it was so easy for me. It was like such an easy, radical decision for me. It wasn't. Dude, you know it took me months for me to leave? It took me almost a whole year to want to leave. Bro, I could have left last year this time around when they were talking about and throwing shade at women, throwing shade at LGBTQ. In the month of Pride, during one of the men's midweek churches, I could have left then. I could have left the other time where one of the other brothers was criticizing me for literally existing. on the phone call because I had a family emergency. But he wants to make it seem like I didn't want to go to church at all. I didn't want to be an example. And he wants to make it seem like I ain't incapable of being my own person when I was told I need to handle this family emergency. Oh, but these guys want to be all high and mighty. They want to be so perfect. They want to project to me so badly that they think that they know what's best for me at all times. Oh, man. You think it's easy for me to just make that decision? Did you think I just made that decision just because? I didn't make that decision just because. I went and endured a whole year and a half with you guys. A whole year and a half. That's long. That's a good portion of time of me experiencing everything. You know that, right? You didn't think I would come to a certain point to where I'm thinking a little bit more abstract? You wouldn't think that? You guys should know better by now. Dude, how does my older brothers catch on with that way of thinking that I had than you guys? You guys are way older. You guys, this is the same generation that complains about us not reading, complains about us not going outside. But this is the same generation that is being just as, if not more, brainwashed than us in some cases. This is absolutely impressive stuff that I'm continuing to process. That's your conclusion? That's your conclusion. Your conclusion to me actually leaving because I felt a certain way. I got in religious psychosis in certain avenues of my life. But it's only because I want to just do whatever I want. I just want to sin or whatever. That's your excuse? That's your reasoning? You don't think your logic is dumb? You don't think your logic is extremely flawed, limited, inconsiderate, loser stuff? Interesting. It just goes to show a lot about these people's characters. These people think they're so superior than me, so superior than other people, that they just rather throw subliminals than to actually address what they're actually saying. But they want to put that onto me though. But they've limited me to what I could say at this particular moment in time. That's why I got dumbfounded in these certain cases. Bro, think about it for a second, guys. If you guys were with your real friends, your real genuine friends, and these people genuinely care about you, you wouldn't think twice about actually expressing what's in your mind. But with some of these people, you have to constantly do mental gymnastics, Jackie Chan style shit. You have to constantly dumb yourself down to these people and to cater to their ideas. You think these people are actually genuine? Seriously, think about it. This is why in certain cases, some of these strangers are a lot more compassionate, a lot more empathetic, and a lot more loving than a lot of the people that are close to you in life. Because a lot of people who are close to you in life, a lot of these people, in certain cases, want you to fail so badly that you don't even think twice about what they were talking about with you. If these people can one day have some balls and to actually tell me straight up they want to see me fail because I'm not thinking like them anymore, that's where we achieve peace. Because these people will actually admit to me that, hey, they're honest at least. Hey, they're at least letting me know that they ain't who they say they are. Rather than me having to play context clues game, having to play the riddles, doing the Jesus Christ thing where he speaks in parables and he constantly doesn't actually express truly what he's talking about, and making a second guess to what his true intentions are because he's a master manipulator, master gaslighting. I mean, you guys are too old for this stuff. Again, I'm gonna keep repeating this. You guys are too old for this act, too old for this gimmick, too old for this performance. We're not in a play, we're in reality. And within that reality, in certain cases, you need to actually tell me straight up what you're actually wanting to say to me. And what you want to say to me in these certain cases, especially in Mondays and Sunday services, you want me to fail. You don't want to see me succeed. You don't want to see me actually thrive because I'm not thinking like you anymore. I'm not moving like you anymore. You can just say that. And you can say in certain cases, oh, I only want to listen to you because I want to respond to what you're talking about. I don't want to actually listen to you because I care. I want to only listen to you because I gotta see what you're talking about, and then I have to do the whole smart-ass act and smart-ass gimmick, so I can make it seem like I'm smart. I'm gonna make myself look like the pinnacle person for people to come at me for, and I'm gonna pretend that because I don't want people to just make it seem like I'm bragging, even though I have excessive amount of pride, excessive amount of ego still. I'm going to do the nobody's perfect gimmick. Actual tears, bro. Actual tears. These people are a genuine joke, bro. These people are so funny, man. They bring me such pure entertainment just off the fact that they don't want me to see through them. When I do, in fact. I see through all of you people now. I see who you guys are at this point. I have experienced you. I have went through a lot of life with you. It's not that I'm not grateful that I went through some of these experiences at all. In fact, I'm very grateful. It's just, what an ending. It is an actual laughing stock that these are the adults that I have to continue to associate with in certain cases because they're family. It's pretty pathetic. Bro, if you were just somebody, I would cut you off in an instant, and possibly because you want to throw subliminal shade at me and want to somehow indirectly tell me that you want to fight me, I would. Bro, I don't like fighting. I don't like fighting people. Never have, never will. I don't like putting myself in a position where I have to put my life on the line. I have to put violence first. I don't like that. I'd rather be peaceful. I'd rather be somebody that protests in a way that's not putting my hands onto other people. However, if you want to be somebody that wants to talk about let me put on a facade, let me put on a mask, and let me just hate on you for a little bit. Let me just go on a hate rampage. But let's not make it a hate rampage. Let's make it seem like I genuinely care for you. That you could actually talk to me about anything. I can't talk to you about everything. I can't. Because if I could, I wouldn't have these discussions right now. But we had these discussions because these people really didn't know what was going on with me like that. But at the same time, there's a reason why I kept myself private. It's because I don't trust them. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't really trust anybody in general. The only people I have more than at least 85% trust is my older brothers. Other than that, everybody else is like 50-50 or below 50%. It is what it is. Some people can be family. They can be full of love. But do I trust you fully? No. Bro, even my own parents is 50-50 now. Maybe below that at this point. They told me straight up, don't express your emotions like that. It's so hard to sometimes hold back. But at the same time, these guys just don't like being honest with me straight up. You guys just like playing subliminal game with me. You guys just like throwing shade, subtle shade. Pretty impressive. For actually older people, for them to play this game with me, and to act as if I wouldn't actually understand where they're coming from. It's type impressive. Again, I'm gonna keep repeating these certain phrases and these certain intangibles because it's gotten to that point. It's gotten to that point. How do I have more of a capability to hold myself accountable more than you? And you are 400 plus decades older than me. Exaggeration. I have acknowledged in the past that I am not a good confronter. I have acknowledged in the past that I have fallen short too many times. I have told you guys that I haven't been a good friend in some cases. This is why in some instances now, I can tell that I don't have friends. I don't have proper friendship. I've been somebody that doesn't do enough, doesn't put in much effort. I could do better with that. I could do better with being able to put myself in a position to be better and not be constantly hermiting around. Bro, I'm 26, bro. I could do so much better in life. I could be in a much better position in my life. I'm not, though. A lot of it's my fault, too. A lot of it is my fault that I'm in this position where I'm not doing enough. But there's a lot of people in this position. I'm not unique in this instance. We're all going through a universal experience, so it is what it is. However, I just like how my parents were there for me to express that life is just an experience, because they probably disagree with me. But they want to just straight up tell me that they disagree with me. Because again, they want to protect their ego, they want to protect me and my relationship with them. They don't care. They don't care like that. If I could cut them off for real, I would. Not gonna lie to you. But in much this day and age, I don't think it's that easy to cut off family like that. And in this day and age, you do need a support system, and it's a lot dumber for you to do that. So I'm not gonna do that, especially anytime soon. I'm talking in a general sense of if I had the opportunity, if I had another alternate universe, if I would cut off a portion of my family that's not my older brothers, that's not my little brothers, that's not my dad, not my daddy, bro, my dad, bro, somebody that I inconsistently, infrequently meet up with, inconsistently, infrequently go to his house for majority of my life. This is a person that I'm not even cutting off in my life, but I would cut off definitely almost everyone else. So it's pretty impressive. And some cousins that I could take with me too. Other than that, all of you guys to say goodbye. If I had the opportunity. But this is not my reality. You think I just want to do whatever I want? If that was the case, I would cut all of you guys off already. You think I'm dumb? I'm tired of this whole, you just want to do whatever you want. You just let's revert back to that. Let me get a bit spicy. Let me get a bit tangent. Because you wanna think that you know me better than I know myself. No, it's not because I want to do whatever I want. In fact, I can't even do much of what I want to do. I'm limited here. I'm limited in this particular space that I'm in right now. Bro, I can't even go to Discord calls without me having to think twice if it's worth it. Bro, I can't even go to Discord calls with my internet friends consistently. Bro, I can't even talk to certain people consistently because it would require me to actually hold a space for them. Because I'm thinking, the other people, this other space. I can't make certain decisions because I have to hold the responsibility of the following 3 o'clock p.m. tour session. I don't just do whatever I want. If that was the case, I wouldn't be picking up my little brother from school right now, taking him to the park. That's not me doing whatever I want. I have to pick up my little brother from school. I have to do some laundry. I have to wash some dishes sometimes. I have to vacuum the room sometimes. You think that's doing whatever you want? You don't think if I move in with my dad at some point, you don't think that my responsibilities go way higher? Like, dude, we would be on the time crunch then. Because my dad's not getting any younger either. But you want to tell me I just want to do whatever I want. Yo, I love how you missed the entire point of what I even talking about. I love that you don't like listening to me. I love that you actually don't like being considerate and compassionate. Like, you constantly gimmick about it. You and that space gimmicks about it. You and that space gimmicks too much. It's sickening at this point. I just want to sit. What are you talking about? Me being a human equals being a sitter? Like, bro, what are we supposed to do, huh? Like, I know in certain cases, some of these things are extremely degenerate. I know some of the high stakes, in some high stakes situation, some of these people go way too far. But you think some people equals each and every one of us, you're treating this like actual school. You're acting exactly like some teachers. Oh, one person talks really loud, everybody gets punished, type of beat. Okay, so that's a loving God? Okay. No, that's a narcissist. That's a very big narcissistic character and narcissistic figure that you guys look up to. And you guys are serious about this too. You guys don't think you're extremely pathetic for that? Interesting. Interesting. I don't know what I'm talking about with agnostic and narcissism. I don't think it's that. I think you're being put on a facade. Sure, bro. Sure. You think I just brought up these terms for no reason? You think I just talk about these things for no reason? Dude, I talked to my older brother about it. I talked to my other older brother about it. They knew what I was talking about. They understand where I'm coming from. How come they could listen better than you could? You're way older than me. And you are the provider and the pinnacle part of the household. And you don't want to take the time to listen to me. Funny. Love God though. Build a relationship back with God though. Want to give me that advice? Don't want to actually pray to God that you get listening skills. Fix your ears. Shut your mouth for 5 minutes. Let me talk. Give me an actual space to actually express myself. How about you pray to God for that? I know you don't, because you don't care. So many people be praying about the wrong stuff. Especially that space. Pray to God that the Bible study goes well. How about pray to God that you accept black people more into your life? That's not just fully aligned with you and your ways of thinking. How about you pray to God that you love more indigenous people? How about you pray to God that you can give some type of food to the homeless person today? How about you pray to God that some starving kids can actually get some help today? How about you pray to God that the Middle East gets better, the situation gets better, that these corrupt people, these corrupt politicians can tone it down? How about you pray to God for that? Oh, but instead you're praying to God for whether it's, I want to share my faith with this person today. Bro, pray to God that you treat LGBTQ people better. How about you pray to God that you actually showcase some love to an LGBTQ black indigenous person today? How about you treat another person of the Latin community better today? How about you treat an elderly person better today? How about you treat better a homeless guy today? A person that has less than you? How about that? How about you treat your local bakery better today? How about you treat your local pizza shop better today? Why can't you pray for that? Why does it always have to cater to, we need to share our faith better, we need to pray to God that they convert to Christianity? That helps nobody. That doesn't solve social issues. That doesn't help a starving kid get food. I see how it is. I totally see it for what it is. It's so hard to accept it sometimes, you know? Like, do you really think that I don't feel a certain type of way whenever you tell me these certain things? When I don't feel certain things, whenever I take the time to process certain things? And then if I were to tell you what I've processed already, you automatically just deflect it? Oh, but remember the time where you think Jesus was actually real? In cases like this, I still gotta explore who Jesus Christ actually is. I really gotta explore what Gnosticism, agnosticism is. Because I didn't just bring them up once again for no reason. I brought them up because I'm still exploring it. I need to take my time to see where my faith is lying upon. It's not lying upon a religious space that limits my thinking, limits my curiosity. You guys don't let me be curious anymore. You guys just dumb me down 10 times more. You guys made me more stubborn. You guys made me a bit more anxious than the last time. You guys made me way more isolated. Because I see you guys for who you are. I didn't just not want to talk to you guys just because. I just don't like you guys, simply put. But calling me dumb in a multi different indirect ways is not going to solve anything. In fact, it's going to escalate some conflict. And you're lucky I'm not a conflict person. The reason why I say lucky is because in certain cases, a lot of these people think that they could just get away with saying whatever. You want to complain about profanity? You want to be subliminally racist to hip hop? Then get racist with me now. Straight up tell me that you hate black people. Straight up tell me that you hate indigenous people. Tell me straight up that you hate poor people. Tell me that. Tell me that. At least Jesus Christ was able to cure the blind. But that there's certain cases where, oh, that's fabricated. That's not really real like that. Because why would somebody that had a broken leg all of a sudden would be able to get up? Like, bro, you got a broken leg. You're just recovering from that. It's not easy. It's not realistic for you to think that you're some type of superhero with some superpowers. Where limited meets a body, bro. Pipe down. Phew. What a session, bro. Because I know what agnostic and Gnosticism is, and you could still believe in a divine being, to believe in Jesus Christ. I'm talking Gnosticism right now. You could believe in the divine, you could set a divine being, and Jesus Christ is actually within us, instead of an outward figure that we have to surrender to, and we have to just make ourselves look like a bunch of peasants. That's Gnosticism. Agnosticism is you have no idea if a God actually exists. You have no idea if any of these supernatural beings in the spiritual world exist like that. You have no idea. You haven't really delved into it. Or even if you have, you still don't really know like that. But yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about with that. You're right, I don't. But I only brought it up once for a reason. Because I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I can at least admit that. But you want to make it seem like you know what I'm thinking. You want to make it seem like you know what you're always talking about. Get out of my face with that, all right? I really lived a life experience in some of these cases where I just lived with a bunch of gimmicky people, with a bunch of performative actors, performative circus clowns. It's pretty impressive. That doesn't make me less of a clown, by the way. It would make me more of a clown. Let's be for real. Yeah, but you didn't even choose your family in the first place. Very true. I didn't choose my family. So you think I just did whatever I want? Bro, if I did whatever I want, I would choose another family then. Are you okay? Bro, you gotta really seriously just think twice before actually speaking. But you don't do that. You just say whatever just to say something so that you don't sit with the silence. It's pretty pretty wild, man. It's pretty wild. Sit with some silence, though. Learn to sit with some silence for once. Because from the way you're actually building upon these certain echelon tiers, you're somebody that is extremely tense. You're somebody that gets up and ante whenever somebody expresses something different from you. You so want people to live the life you exactly want so bad. You want people to be exactly like you so bad. You've lost all opportunities at actually meeting people. You only meet a certain amount of people, and the certain amount of people that you meet yourself is the vulnerable people that are desperate to get some sense of community, like I was 2 years ago. But again, I was desperate, and I would have been perfectly fine in solitude back then too. But I went out of curiosity, my own curiosity. That's why I went back. But I ultimately recognized that this space suppressed my curiosity. It suppressed my mind. It made me more dumber. Can't tell you guys that though. Because then you guys, again, would twist my words and twist my intentions. Just like you did on Monday. Just like you did on Sunday. Just like you have done in the past. Don't want me to be emotional like that when I'm already on the verge of breakdown. Some guy just wants me to be an example when I had a family emergency. I was just recovering from my wisdom teeth. Telling me to be more passionate with my voice, even though my voice is very deep and it's naturally monotone. Cool. This is so Christian love-like. This is the reality, guys, of the Christian love. It's not what you think it is. If you're going to be a Christian, if you're going to be any type of religion, just look out. You could stay in it. You could be a part of it for life. You just need to watch who you're hanging with. Because in certain cases, and even other examples, you are going to be provided with more evidence and more of a reason to question more of this particular timeline. I don't regret it though. I don't regret being baptized. I don't regret being a disciple. I regret not leaving a situation that was perpetuating nonsense in any student. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys so much. You think this is easy for me to make? No. You think this is just such light work for me to just talk about? No, it takes time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes so much pressure. But again, there's times like this where you just gotta be fully direct and transparent. And this is the time. And these people don't want to listen. If these people want to cut you off, if these people want to think twice and misrepresent you, disrespect you, so be it. If you can't feel that some people are actually coming from a genuine side of self, chances are you're actually right. You're not coming from a genuine side. They don't care about you. Cheers, y'all. Cheers, guys. I'm gonna be looking back at this video and be laughing so much because, man, this is so funny.